ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Vodafone, The Road to Odense, Betway, MSI, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.
Welcome back to Season 8 of the ESL Pro League. It's the finals at Odense. We're into the third map between G2 and INTZ. Two pretty one-sided affairs. Both teams sort of getting the better of each other in the veto stage, getting themselves, I would say, close to as freebie wins as you can get, although a couple players here and there for INTZ on Overpass were, getting them a round or two on the board, and then the same thing for G2. Some of those nice aggressive plays from the individuals on Mirage on the CT side for G2 were getting them a round or two, but apart from that, pretty one-sided stuff. Now heading on to Dust2, and I don't know, Mac, I'm kind of feeling G2, when they broke out with this lineup, putting the boys back together with Existence and Smiths at their breakout event, Dust2 was a big factor for them. I mean, remember that game they had against FaZe? Plenty of opponents of a top-tier variety that they played on a map like Dust2. I think it's going to be pretty hard for INTZ to come away with this one.
Yeah, well, I think overall, G2 have looked like the better team. They've less shots over the night so far. But I guess, INTZ, they've definitely proved me wrong in, thinking that they didn't look too great on that first map. Obviously, the second map just going absolutely massive. We are here into Dust, and what a map for the decider. It looks like Kenny is going to take first contact here at lowers before moving back towards mid for the moment. Body all the way up short, making a bit of noise there, but just not able to find an angle just yet. Zand up on Xbox, going straight through the smoke, but Body is ready for that, getting the flick around. Can't quite get a second, but KNG and Phelps both opening up there. And that is the A side open for the bomb to go down.
Yeah, huge advantage for INTZ now that they're in this scenario. Actually, KNG playing pretty individualistic up towards Cat here. One player rotating to top mid, but the off angle gets himself a 1-for-1. Not too bad. Phelps putting a little bit of pressure on there from top mid, but not going to continue the charge. Never mind, he does, and Kenny, he bites. All on Existence with a kit and no armor. It's going to be pretty difficult for him to win this one.
Oh, and he tries to get the flick there, but on his way out, Phelps is going to take his noggin off. 3 for him, 2 for KNG, I think it was. And so that's the round. INTZ taking the T-side pistol, and I guess that's probably one of the more important T-sided rounds here on Dust.
Look, I have to say, pretty good if INTZ is able to start off strong on this T-side and really get the ball rolling, because you have to say that a lot of the good performances you've seen from G2 on Dust2, a lot of it's been predicated on a really strong T-side where their game plan works out, at least in some of the games we watch. Flashes coming out onto the B-bomb site, and so far INTZ are making it work.
Yeah, just pretty much mopping up completely here. Kenny S getting the headshot on to Zand, but he is going to be shut down. 4K, 4KNG. And a decent little bit of extra money in the bank there. 2 in a row for INTZ now. None, for G2. But we're on to the third round, and we are going to see the 4 Spy coming out.
Yeah, Kenny can afford the glass cannon. See if he's actually going to go for it or not. Don't think they saw any. He's going to go for the rifle, actually. So interesting to see that. Probably not something I'd usually expect from Kenny. He's really going to need the flashes though for long.
Oh, Body with the jump. Not sure if it was accidental. He was almost in the pit there. Almost behind. It's just forcing their way at long. Shocks going for a 1-for-1. And it's a bit rough here, but Smith's last-ditch effort, and now it's in a 3v2, but Existence pushing all the way up mid. And look at this. Perfect timing here. Just going to take KNG down. Looks like he might have just wanted a little bit more, but KNG walked into him, so the jig was up for the moment. And KNES at the perfect time there, finding the headshot on to Cello as well. So the bomb is in the hands of Zand. Not sure if he has been spotted. Well, he definitely has been now. Existence trying to fight him top mid. Zand trying to isolate the 1v1s, but making his way back towards T-spawn. He may head over towards B. But here we are, Existence. Oh, the timing there. Perfect placement, perfect positioning to stay alive, and as he starts to make the rotation, that will be heard by Existence. Kenny S all the way on the B side already, and it looks like Existence will group up with him and just try to trade this one out. Maybe not,
I think they'll need to trade. I don't think he's ever going to expect Kenny to be at a position like Carr already.
Well, he took his time looking out at the open. Existence. Going to be spotted and make a bit of noise, but with 30 seconds remaining, the hard rotation is coming out. 56 HP, but Existence might just make him beat him with the cross there, and just the spray through the wall. Oh, a couple of seconds remaining. 10 seconds to get the bomb planted. 7 HP, and only a flash for Kenny to play with. He's gone for the pop flash, but he's missed it. It's not the same angle as old Dust, but he's jumped up. Zand, instead of working the angle, he's gone for the drop onto Kenny, but Kenny was ready. And there you go, 2-1. G2 pulling that one back from the brink after a lot of brutality over towards Long there. I wonder if we'll see that again.
To be fair, I don't think he expected Kenny to be fighting that. He probably expected Kenny to be hiding in CT just in case he didn't have time for the bomb plant. But nope, not the case. Looks a bit silly from the third-person perspective, but you can't blame him for that.
Yep, decision making, important part of the game.
Perspective.
That too.
Yep.
Many things.
XM's also a pretty important part of the game if you ask our star observer.
Yeah, MC loves the XM. That's probably because there's just, 2 letters in both the names. And the extra, kill bonus as well. Always pretty tasty. But Shox, he's given up his position on short there. Fold, quite aggressive. He's going to find a second as well, and that's the bomb in his hands. Oh, make it a third with the Famous, and Smith's in the short angle on the corner. Upgrades for free to an AK, $900 in the bank as well. But in the 1v2, Phelps, he's setting himself up for the ace. 3 kills already, and a body and a Smiths to deal with.
Yeah, you have to point out the fact that, the other 2 maps, Phelps, bit of a slower start. In this map, he's really turned up to play, and that's got to be a pretty key factor for INTZ to be able to have a good performance in this one. See if he's going to be able to close out this 1v2. Certainly capable of doing so, but it's going to be pretty difficult to get the bomb from a position like Scaffold outside of the B-bomb side, especially with no grenades to work with.
But he's ambitious, and he's a good-looking bloke there in the picture, as is Smiths. But we'll see if Phelps can get the angle. Spotting body, but is he going to be aware? Oh, he's ready for Smiths, just can't get the flick. Great trade coming out from body, though, for G2 to pick up their second round of the map.
Looks on everything, clearly. G2 able to absolutely wipe INTZ out of this half so far due to the fact that INTZ is going to have to take the save. So that's going to give G2 a little bit more momentum to be working with.
They only
as long as they don't lose
rifle,
too many games, too many guns. Games also.
the games are important, generally.
Usually you want to be winning those games. Those video games.
The old pistol buy coming out from INTZ to try to keep that economy at bay. Beautiful nade straight onto Horby. 33, make it 9 HP remaining. Barely making it out of the
already
bedroom.
lost his kneecaps. Like, leave the man alone.
Well, re-aggressing straight through the smoke, and with the flash body, he's trying to do some damage. Eventually finding the 2K bomb. Is down at long, pulling out the USP. He is going to have Shox and Kenny to help him out and wipe up the old breadcrumbs. But there you go, 3rd round for G2 now. Only losing 1 rifle in the previous. What are we going to see from INTZ? We got the UMP and 4 AKs, so no AWP coming into play just yet for INTZ. Decent utility, though.
Yeah, and he's got one, though, so look out, lads. Don't want to be giving Kenny too many angles here.
Yeah, lads. Ladderonis. Laddies on the AWPs. And it looks like we are going to see Existence super aggressive over towards short already. Cello finding the angle, but got the information. Smoked off at the top of mid. Nade stack coming out. Cello down to 53 HP already. And look at this G2. 4 men pushing up mid straight through the smoke. Existence looking the wrong direction. And Cello will be gifted a free headshot there. Now up on the box. He's looking for a bit more. But Shox, he's all the way at the top of mid. Looking to flank from bedroom, which is mostly dirty. But I don't know if Cello's conned this. Look at this. The flank coming in. INTZ, they're making their way to the A site just in time. And Shox a little bit too slow. Kenny at Gandalf here. Spy for the moment. Shox tapping him down. Spotting Horby as well down to 60 HP. Jiggling, and eventually finding yet another headshot. Kenny's still alive here on short. So this is the thorn in the back. And oh, the shot through the wall there, just allowing, I think it was Phelps to survive. We are going to see Cello eventually finding shocks there, coming in the flank of the flanker. Many scenarios playing out there, but INTZ coming out on top and finding themselves that third round and keeping it close.
Yeah, so many realities going through there, but in this one in particular, G2 gets their money absolutely wrecked. Fortunately, they're going to take a tactical pause, have a little bit of a chat. Look at yourselves in the mirror. Stop losing, as Jordan would say.
Stop it. You know?
If only it were that easy.
That's it. Just
INTZ is really bringing
do
it,
better.
though. Phelps going hard. It's the Phelps and KNG combo. They want this bad. They don't want to be going out of this tournament. And I like to see it.
And look,
I love the passion.
We saw Horvey and Cello turning up on the last map, so we know that they are here to game as well. Slower start on this map.
I'll tell you what really makes a statement, Mac.
What?
When there's a tactical pause, you know, lots of discussion. We're really talking in-depth strategy here. And the first thing to happen is that Smiths has bought himself an XM and light armor. Key part of the strategy here for G2 in this round.
Look, it's just like we're playing with MC. It's fine.
I don't think MC even needs a tactical pause to buy an XM. I think it's just a fact of life. Horvey's actually got some long control and Shock can't be ready for that. Not even if he was, though, is he going to win that aim duel with an MP9. Man advantage here for INTZ. They've got map control advantage with long control and they're still holding on to mid and upper tunnel. G2 is going to feel really pressured to have to make a play at some point in this round, and INTZ could be potentially ready to punish them for that.
Oh, but look at the timing there, just not favouring Zan this time. Kenny gets tagged in at 46 HP, but Existence is going to take his noggin off. So Cello manages to find a frag of his own onto Smiths there.
Yeah,
So
he's caused the rotation though. Two of these G2 players in the B-bomb side, but INTZ wants nothing to do with that. They've already made their way up long onto the A-bomb site. Bomb is going to follow suit on KNG's back and should be a pretty straightforward one for INTZ, which is going to force G2 in a pretty awkward situation. The only way G2 are going to be able to make this work is if they somehow make some magic work from Cap, but I don't think so. I think it's probably going to be a save, sensible stuff.
Well, you see Kenny here. He's still got that XM, which he has managed to pick up off of Smith's body.
I don't think I've ever seen Kenny use that weapon, but potential for him to make a lot of money.
There's a time for everything, right? Time and a place.
Look, if you're going to pull it out at any point, it's probably going to be elimination series map up against INTZ.
But there's an AK that Kenny S could potentially grab. He's managed to...
He's got an M4.
Yeah, he picked up the M4. He got rid of the old XM. But now in the 2v3, INTZ taking the lead back 4-3 against G2. Horvey, he's got the information. Kenny, though, 30-something HP. Quite low. Will he be able to get to safety? Oh, just barely. So timing favouring G2 in this scenario as INTZ take that lead. And KNG is back on the AWP.
G2 just going to save what they can around the two rifles. Try to make the pistols work as best they can. INTZ off to a great start once again, and obviously pretty big factor of their Mirage victory was how much control of the economy they had. I love the pace from INTZ in this round. They see the smoke on mid to B. KNG calls that they're crossing behind it, and INTZ rifle has decided to run down Suicide.
Oh, what a pick from Zando to take Existence down. Cello as well, finding Smith's making his way through CT. Aggression at mid, though. We'll find an AWP for Kenny, potentially. Body and Kenny surely swapping the old weapons there. Maybe not. Bogdan's Law, you know. As Body is now making his way towards long. Cello up on the A site. Just won't be spotted this time. Might make his way back towards long eventually. But you have Kenny looking for the info. Holding on to the flank. Outside bedroom. And the fifth round going in favour of INTZ. That money is starting slowly build up for the Ts. CTs, on the other hand, should be able to buy into the next round. But if they can't start to convert a couple of these rounds to wins on the board, it's going to be a little bit rough.
Yeah, 100% agree. G2 needs to get straight back into the game as soon as possible because it really feels like INTZ firmly has the momentum in their grasp. KNG is going to be able to grab himself another AWP. Will we see the singular or the double AWP? It's just going to be the singular again from G2. A lot of the CT sides we see on Dust2 from some of the top teams in the world, you'll see a double AWP, and especially with Smiths on your team, I wouldn't be surprised to see a secondary AWP, but that's not going to be the case. Here's the change up for INTZ though. Phelps quick mid to B, and the rest of them going to go straight out B. Smith's in great position though with the silencer. They might not even know that he's in that position. I don't think they do.
Oh, they're not, but he's gone a little bit too wide. Shocks finds one more under Phelps there towards mid, but in the 2v3, the round is definitely favouring INTZ at the moment. Bomb yet to be planted, and Shocks outside the smoke, wanting to go through dry. The man, you know, he's done it before, but he's not going to be able to deny the plant this time. Body on the big flank, but timing is going to favour him as well. Cello on 11 HP, trying to wrap around behind B ramp, but Body's found the frag on a K and G, and Cello, here's the timing, bringing it back to the 2v1.
Oh, lovely. They're going to go towards the A-bomb site. Need to be careful not to trip on any snag that Body might present by peeking out those B doors. Body's just taking his time. He can't be sure that one of these T's isn't waiting for him, and he'd be correct. But Cello, he's waiting in CT, nowhere near B, and Zan's going to go for that bomb plant towards A. Probably a pretty open one. It is indeed straight for pit. He may jump across and make his way into that pit in question.
And here we are, Zan, though, with the angle, shooting Body in the toes, knife out, trying to get back to safety. But Cello, he's only on 11 HP, so he won't peak just yet. Being respectful, making sure that the round is locked down for INTZ. 6 in the bag for them now. 3 in the lead over G2, who won't be able to buy up into the next round. It's rough out here. It really is.
Yeah, it feels like INTZ is really making a lot of pretty good decisions, but it's not even necessarily the good decisions. It's the fact that they're playing really decisively on the T side. They're really trying to take this game by the horns and steer it into a victory, which is what we want to see from these Brazilian lads. Sometimes, I mean, when I first started to watch this lineup come together in the online season of the Pro League, a lot of the issues they were running into was sometimes hesitation, especially on the T side, would be the death of them a lot of the time. So it's nice to see strong, decisive play in an important pressured match. It's nice to see a big performance from Phelps and KNG, as well as a supporting cast of the lads.
Supporting cast of the lads.
Yeah, the rest of the lads.
Love it. But Existence,
again, decisive, straight up cat pretty early on here.
They spotted the information though. Bit of a whiffed flash towards short, and that's going to be a team flash as well as 2 from the CTs to deny any aggression. But Phelps, speaking of denying, headshots onto Body and Shocks. And now we have Smiths here on the CT ramp, just trying to find some information. Here we are. The bomb's gone down. It's planted for Platt. Cello doing the honours, spotting some toes, running away there, and look how hungry he is. Phelps wanted to do some more damage. KNG finding the angle with the AWP, but the double peak coming out from Horvey and Cello is going to be too strong, and INTZ find themselves a 7th round, 4 in the lead over G2.
Yeah, 2 each for Phelps and KNG there, just continuing this streak of dominance. Cello chiming in as well, and that's 7-3 for INTZ side to have a bit of an advantage heading into the halftime scoreline most of the time on Dust2, unless, you know, the CT side is able to get their economy rolling and the double AWPs really going pretty strong, which has not been the case for G2 whatsoever. But I'd be a bit scared for G2 if I was them at this point, because INTZ look like they're in complete stomp mode, and if G2 don't start to rack up some rounds on the board, this could be a pretty one-sided game, especially if we see that double AWP setup from INTZ on their CT side of Dust2 start to go as well for them as it did on the CT side of Mirage.
Yeah, well, G2, they're definitely going to have to start, I don't know, they're making great decisions, but they're just making them on the wrong rounds. Like this round, long, it's gone. You know, they're taking a while to cross. Existence, he's given up his position, almost found one through the smoke, but Cello now taking down Smiths, looking to flank the short player as well. At top mid, he's only on 20-something HP, and Existence can't connect. So that is 2 frags at the end of the round for Cello. So they're in the 5 rounds in the lead, right? G2, you have to get map control in Dust2, you know, you've got to make some decisions as a CT, rather.
Yeah.
You've got to make some decisions. Where are they going? Where are we going to stack? Where do we need to fight? And where can we give up? And INTZ are just making great decisions.
Well, INTZ are just being really decisive and choosing where they want the fights to happen and what exactly they're going for. It's simple CS, but especially in a high-pressure environment where, you know, a lot of pressure can be on you to make some pretty key decisions at a split moment's notice. If everything is simplified down to, you know, just we are doing this and only this, then it can take a lot of that pressure off. You can sort of cut out a lot of that hesitation and cut out a lot of that second guessing that G2 might need to be doing on their CT side, and a lot of the extra decision making, and just make it a lot easier for INTZ to be able to perform in these kind of conditions, whereas G2, they might be struggling a little bit. I have to say, all of the games where I've seen G2 do a lot of damage on a map like Dust2 has been on their CT side, so the fact that they're struggling to convert on their CT side is not surprising. Again, Angie, Cello opening things up, so...
Oh, he knows there's one more close in the smoke, and a couple of bullets left in the clip, but he's going to make it work anyway. Shox finds the 3K, and that's just what G2 need to get that ball rolling, to get a little bit of confidence back, you know, trading it out, but sending 3 towards long. You know, he lost both his teammates, but then he came late. It wasn't really a bait play. He just, you know, was there for the utility initially and then managed to make a great play to pick up the 3K.
It's just great counter flashes coming out from G2, sort of separating what kind of aim doors those INTZ players can take and how cleanly they can actually get that trade out. Allows Shox to be able to take 3 1v1s on an angle where he should be able to be traded out pretty quickly. Flash is just streaming behind him. This time Zan's pretty aware of that. It's a change up from G2. You're talking about those decisions being made. This time the decision is to give up long rather than right after they've been successful fighting for it. They're going to go for this mid control instead, going up cat. Kenny's posted on lower from the Xbox. Yeah, body up towards top mid. The flash is beautiful from INTZ. Oh. Perfect play from them. Cello picks up Kenny. That's a big power player straight out of the equation and a man advantage for INTZ. But talking about evening things up, there's the bomb down. Body in a key position, but he might be traded pretty quickly here by Phelps.
9 bullets left. Oh, it's only going to take a couple more. Managing to get the reload off. The push comes in. Zan just gets the angle and the trade. But now we're back to a 3v3, and 2 AWPs are still in play. Existence picking up Kenny's. But Cello, he's gone down to Smith's here, and Shox aggressive at long once again, holding it down. Manages to find Zand, but Horby last alive. He's got the AWP in hand, and he's had a slow start to the game, unlike his teammates. But behind the smoke, he's waiting for an angle. 40 seconds remaining, doesn't have to make a move just yet. But Shox, he's been dangerous in this position. Can we see another frag come out? I think Horby might have just spotted the head. He will wait for the repeak, but he isn't going to be successful. What a one-tap from Shoxy as well to finish off Horby and find a 5th round for G2, who looks like they're hunting for 7.
There you go. I mean, we said they needed to start to get some rounds on the board at about 3-8. There you go, 2 in a row. They got that double AWP setup out, and ever since then, it seems like they've been flying. It hasn't necessarily all been the double AWP setup either. It's really, I mean, Kenny's been pretty quiet in this one. It feels like he's been getting shut down quite a lot. Some pretty good flashes coming out from INTZ. Some pretty decisive play, really neutering how much impact he's able to have, because if the round's over in the first 20-30 seconds, what can Kenny really be doing, to be honest? Again, counter flashes coming out. They're going for the long control this time on the side of G2, and they've got it quite cleanly. INTZ, though, looks like they're set up for probably the wall of smokes across long. Not sure what the 2 Ts at the back are doing. They do have their smokes out, though, so I'd say it's wall of smokes across long. Flash out. Body's anti, though, but he's the only player there, so he could be a pretty quick trade for these boys over on INTZ. Gets one, though. Doubles up with the AWP. That's huge work from Body.
Bit of utility, try to survive for the moment. Managing to cross back to the pit side of long, and with the 2-man advantage, it's lovely.
That's terrible for INTZ. They use so much utility trying to get control of that long. They do the wall of smoke. They commit a lot of flashes, and they don't get anything for it. Body just completely shuts them down. The rotations come in, and now they have no map control, very little utility. It's looking like another round for G2, and at the point of the economy for INTZ, heading into the last round, you might even think about just holding on to these rifles. Like, you can't buy better weaponry than this heading into the next one if you're not going to come away with this round, Mac.
So Kenny's come back and actually boosted Body up onto blue to play the off angle as well. So I do believe we'll see a save coming out, surely. You know, 20 seconds remaining. KNG, he's still trying to work up short, but I'm not sure if he will get the pick here. They will run out of time. Body actually pushing into bedroom now, so getting all this valuable information. Shox down to the CT. But no real sound being made. No time to go for the plant, so they are just going to ball up here on short body. Can't get the angle. Horvey finding the headshot there. But with 4 seconds remaining, the save comes out. CT's happy to allow INTZ to keep the right hand going into the final round of the half. We are going to see a couple of drops come out. Zand even on that Mac 10. Is it going to be enough? INTZ looking for a 9th, but G2 just want a 7th.
They do. Nice and close game is what we wanted to see in this decider here.
Yep.
Both of the map picks of both teams are pretty one-sided, so now seeing a back and forth affair is exactly what everyone wanted to see. I would see KNG, that was bloody close, but the second one, the re-pick, is what takes our body. So now, Shocks, he's going to be rotating off A. They're just leaving Kenny to do all the heavy lifting over towards that side of the map, and they're going to try and take a little bit of a risk here. And it's potentially going to pay off. INTZ all rotating around towards B tunnel to try and close out the round. Lurk smoke being thrown out at distance with a little bit of a spam for anyone walking up the left side. But as soon as he's out of bullets, these INTZ players are going to start to come up. Flashes come out, Mac.
And here is the play. Existence with the 2-man spray down. Smith's here to support. P2 comes out. Last-ditch efforts, getting the reload off and keeping the pistol out instead. And it's all up to KNG, but it seems like that'll be that. So from nothing, G2, they managed to find a 7th.
Yeah, they do. And we'll see how the next half goes after this short break. Looks like we may be back into the action here. And he's just trying to take some pot shots over towards mid. Orvy's looking towards lower to see if he can pick ahead. Smiths might give him an opportunity to do so. Both teams would really want to get off to a strong start here because pistol really dictates who can buy an AWP earlier on into the first gun round, depending on who wins it.
Yeah, definitely a crucial weapon to have here on Dust2. We haven't seen a lot of AWP play so far. I feel like it's been rifles sort of dominating the flow of the game for the first half of the match at least, but we are into the second. And there is a minute remaining. G2 grouping all up towards mid. Not sure where they are going to decide to go here, but KNG close in the corner. The flash comes out, and it looks like we are going to see the T's trying to make their way up short here. Horvey just managing to get back towards long. Maybe able to hold a crossfire, but with the smoke, the T's now just grouping up. Look at this, just smashing it up short. Existence holding on the flank there. Cello trying to find some damage from headshot here. But here we go. Horvey, Phelps, Cello and Zand to frag a piece. And setting it up for the teammates. KNG looking for one of his own, and Existence is going to be spammed down, but he will come out on top. Zand finds a second. And that's a lot of damage done by INTZ, and a few people remaining with the body armor as well.
That's huge for INTZ. They really wanted to come away with that one so they could get the AWP quicker up onto KNG. So we'll see how that works out for them.
Yep.
It's going to be the save out from the Terrors. It'll be pretty interesting to see. I don't imagine anyone's going to go for a force on Dust2. Pretty hard to make the pistols work unless you can like hit those niche angles, like heading in quick mid to B or going up card or something like that.
Yeah, but it seems like they are just going to run through the Molotov here, and Zand goes through his own Molotov, trying to hunt for more, hungry to buff that economy. Phelps here with him. We'll find the final 2 frags. INTZ crack the 10 first. 3 in the lead with the 2 rounds in the second half so far and looking for a third. But G2 will be able to buy up into the 18th round. And looking to, you know, start to put some rounds on the board. Don't want to let INTZ start to run away with it like they did on Mirage. You know, in that second half was when they did it, and it seems to be a very similar situation at the moment, at least.
This is where G2 need to make a run back into this one. The T side of Dust2 is probably going to be their better of the two. Counterflash is coming in from Horvey, but he's going to give it up. G2 successfully take long control with plenty of utility still left in the kit, so potential for them to be able to run some other kind of play at this point.
Well, INTZ has gone for the bonus round. Look at this, 3 MP9s.
Yep.
And still trying to play at mid to long range. It could work out.
We might like this from G2. They're all heading towards long. They're probably going to throw the short smoke and then that CT smoke. That would be fantastic up against what INTZ is doing. Like you said, plenty of MP9s across the board. They're trying to rely on this mid and short control. Smiths, he really can't afford to overextend here, not only because you know, it would be horrible for them to give INTZ to pick there. These counter flashes, though, they're all going out long.
Oh, but there's just so much information gained by the player at mid. That will be Smiths, hearing all of the rotations over towards A. So Cello is last alive in the server at the moment. The bomber's going to be planted. Body just not wanting to show his head just yet. A couple of bullets left in the clip. Cello is trying to go huge. Existence goes down as well. So he's managed to find a frag onto Shocks and Existence, but too little too late.
That's great stuff from G2. They secured long control really well there with the flashes, and then the way that they chose to close out that round, I really appreciate that. Lots of smokes on the cross and just some good flashes, and they're able to make it work beautifully. Even when INTZ try to flash their way through the smoke and manhandle G2, G2 able to win those aim duels. Potentially some of them playing anti-flash, not too sure. Trying to get out long control again, it's going to work well. Smiths with 1, he's going to burn alive though, and that's actually a man advantage for the CTs.
That was a huge Molotov. He took so much damage from that.
This could still work out for the Ts though, because Body's crept out mid. In general, I mean, these CTs are quite split up. Body is potentially going to be able to maybe, I don't even know what's going on. KG though, there's another one. Not sure if that was through the smoke or not.
But Horvey somehow managing to tempt fate and stay alive. Shocks going to be sprayed through the smoke by the FAMAS of Horvey. You know, getting a bit of damage back on the T's there, and 3 rifles have been saved. Horvey even getting the free upgrade to the AK. So G2, they won a round, but now they're reset. INTZ, 11 on the board, looking to make it more full buy for them. Not a lot for G2.
This is the nightmare scenario for G2, especially because a lot of their T side is often predicated off good use of utility on this map, at least from what I've seen. Love to go for that fast cat control with some structured, you know, smoke onto Xbox, flashes over the top. They went for the long once or twice there. You saw the smoke towards the corner, flashes over the top, and then late round, you know, using those smokes on the cross. Good flashes over the top as they ran up that left wall. Even then, in that last round, the mid-to-B smokes, they had both. They had the one on the low ground, they had the one up on the crate to try to stop people from shooting you as you run up towards window or doors. So
it looks like we're going to see a run boost here, though. And partially effective. Horvey, though, shouting it down. 2 headshots for him, but Smiths gets the trade, and KNG going to try to hold from long here, denying the push, but Body seems to be the whole goal for the round. So there you go, G2, you know, managing to get that bomb down. Cello with the nice little spray transfer to find Kenny and Body. But, you know, G2, mission accomplished. We'll be able to buy up into the 21st round.
Kenny's going to be able to get an AWP, plenty of extra utility that they might not have had previously. On the other side, though, INTZ with 4 alive are going to have a pretty healthy buy as well. Double AWP, Mac, on the T side.
Ooh.
In a round like this, where if it doesn't work, you reset and INTZ is on 14.
Shoxy.
That is pretty ballsy.
Shoxy, no you. Now, are we going to see some picks on the cross? Only one man watching it, and that will be Kenny. But there's only one over towards B, and Shox has got the pick at long A as well, so Phelps falling. And now on the 5v4, we are going to see the T's reposition. Send 3 towards the top of mid, 2 towards lowers, but there is the pick, and one of the AWPs out of the hands of G2. So now back to the 4v4. There is only one man rotating over to A. at the moment. That will be KNG with the AWP. Oh, spotted as Existence jumps over the top of the smoke. KNG ready for the repeak. But the information is all that they need.
What's the decision going to be from G2 though? I mean, Smith is trying to probe towards long. Shox is looking for a pick towards mid, but I imagine it's probably still going to be a cat split. Not likely a mid to be without any tunnel presence.
It's a patience game now, though. Look at this. No one wanting to peek. The angles are all held. Surely Shox is just spotting the elbow, but he's just gone back at the wrong moment. Manages to get the repick. Takes Horvey down, so the man advantage is swinging back in the favour of G2. But Smith with 8 HP finally landing the final blow on a cello. And there's one man remaining over towards B here, and that is Zand in the corner. And he is going to be checked. One in the second, there goes the bomb. Peeking out. Oh, what a headshot onto Existence. And in the 2v1, Smith has only 8 HP to try to trade. He's going to do so successfully. 20 HP remaining. He can't really go back to the A site. We'll have to commit to B here. And KNG's already up at the window. 10 seconds for Smiths to plant. Not staying aggressive. So it's 2-1. Oh, KNG, he's just going to wait here. Smiths, he's made the play. He's gone through the smoke and turned it back on its head. G2, last couple of seconds, headshot there. What a ballsy maneuver. But G2, they've kept the dream alive. The money's in the bin, but they've kept the dream alive.
I can't handle it back. It's too much.
How did that happen? What a play from Zand in that position.
That was great from G2 in the 4-on-4. I mean, Shoxy gets them the man advantage with the pick towards long there, but, I mean, in the mid-round, it was all G2, wasn't it? Shoxy gets that pick towards mid. Smith is lurking out long, and he really expects the rotation to come out from that long player now that INTZ are a man down, and he punishes that pick, but it still comes down to that one-on-one where Smith has to take a massive risk there.
And here's that 3K.
Yeah. Even pushing into upper dark in that scenario, pretty ballsy stuff, but you have to know that a lot of these G2 players are pretty spread out, especially if Shoxy's picking towards middle, you know one's in cat, you know Smith is towards long, you could pretty safely push upper in that scenario. It's a buy from both teams. Both teams will be broke. This is an absolutely massive round. So G2 need a lot more than INTZ.
Looks like INTZ aren't going to bother contesting long this time. 3 towards site, but out in the open. Cello, what's he going to be able to do? Not a whole lot. Shoxy ripping his head off. KNG, though, going to be able to find the 2K for himself. Looking for another. Smoke comes out, but he misses the quick scope. Smiths will get the headshot onto KNG. So back to the 3v2. G2 with the man advantage. Kenny S here at the car. May go down, holding the spray, but Phelps comes out on top. Playing around the smoke. He's going to be shut down by Existence. He took the pot shot, but Smith's covering on short as well. And there's the double digit for G2. Bringing it back, keeping it close.
Yeah, and this game's absolutely nail-biting. It's good to see G2 pick up that round, but you have to say, Mac, I mean, it's good to see them string some more rounds together, but they're starting to build INTZ's loss bonus up, and especially if they come back towards that 11-12, 12-12 mark, it's only a matter of time before INTZ builds up that money, builds up that loss bonus, is able to start to get those double orbs on the board. And let's be real, G2, they're losing a lot of players pretty consistently. They're not really building their money up too efficiently, so we need to start to see them win some cleaner rounds. They can't lose too many picks to these USPs. We've seen INTZ be really sharp with them, being unafraid to really fight with those USPs and pick up a lot of those dinks and a lot of those kills onto the G2 players. Need to see a really clean round out here from G2. They need to build up their money. They need all the utilities so that they can run their full playbook.
We did expect this to be a slogfest, though. You know, it's Dust2.
I expected G2 to pretty one-sidedly win this map, but the real difference maker is INTZ have turned up to play. Phelps and KNG are having an absolute whale at the time, joined by your boy Cello, who I'm always a big fan of. And they really started that off strong on their T side, didn't they?
Oh, they definitely did.
It's the classic. You know, you really come to play, really want to shove your foot in the door and stop someone from closing it on you.
Yep, sell that vacuum cleaner. That is your goal. But now here, body. The bottom of mid. The Molotov allowing to pick up a bit of information. Phelps here. Oh, speaking of Phelps, he's coming through the smoke. Can he do too much? Not a lot so far. Body, though. He's got a bunch of CTs to deal with, and he is going to lose the AK, but the bomb's already on the A side. G2 should be able to lock this one down. INTZ may go for this. Not a lot to lose. They've got an AK on Cello, but KNG, Zand, and Phelps, all with the USPs, might be able to do a little bit more damage. Not a lot of utility remaining on G2, but the round, you know, doesn't look like it's going to be able to be won by INTZ at all.
Yeah, but every AK that they can pick up at this point when they're starting to build up their loss bonus and build up their money really makes a difference. So,
yep,
good to see them hold on to that one, at least pick up one of them and keep G2's money nice and low. You can see they're pretty broke. Someone's going to have to throw a body in AK. Good to see them with 4 alive, though.
Yeah, and I think that's why they're not going to try to hunt to get the AK out of the hands of the CTs, just respecting them, allowing them to keep that one, because they need to build up the economy of their own.
They're not even trying to give the $300 to G2 for killing them with the USP. That's how much they're trying to keep their economy down, not even feeding them the kills. This one just has all of the hallmarks of a heartbreaker. And I don't know who's going to be heartbroken at the end of the day and who's going to be breathing a big sigh of relief, but there's only going to be those combination of things. Alright, bit of a spread out round from G2. No double AWP on the T side this time. It's going to be 4 rifles, Kenny. Pushing towards backyard, not posting up on middle. Body's already made his way into pit by himself. INTZ, what are they doing? There's a lot of players towards CT spawn. They have no control of long. They have limited control of catwalk. So this is not particularly a good position for them, to be honest. They're kind of stuck in no man's land on the bomb site.
It's a weird setup, isn't it? 2 on site, 1 in CT. It's 3 on site. No, this man's at elevator.
This looks intentional, though. Looks very intentional.
Definitely. It's like they've made the read.
So look, here's the thing. Yes, G2 is going for this execute from long.
Yep. And INTZ is ready for it.
How effective is this setup going to be from INTZ?
Well, look at the staggered smokes. This allows Phelps to play in the cutout area there.
I like this. They're going for the mid control. This is what you need to see, the reactionary play come out. You lose a part of the map, you take a part of the map.
But G2, they're ready. They're already watching their flank. They've expected it to happen already. Smiths is in uppers. He's slowly going to start to work towards B here. Potentially trying to sell the fake.
Oh, that pick is huge. Look at the rotations coming out from the CTs. They're not going to be ready, G2. Walking up long. They're completely caught in transition, Mac.
Oh, and there you go. Horvey going to get his head ripped off. There's one man in CT who's been tagged down a little bit on short there. Cello, he had to try to make a play to hold. Smiths goes down to Phelps, so now they don't have to worry about the flank, but in the 2v3, the damage has been done, and I think G2 have already won this round. Kenny on the AWP, taking Phelps down as well. Now it's all up to KNG, but he's just going to try to save.
Talk about impact. The kill at B anchor from Smiths walking out tunnel there seals the deal. And what a round to be winning. INTZ, I mean, they've got the loss bonus going on, so probably a singular eco from them. But G2 firmly in the momentum. They were down in rounds. Now they've evened it up with INTZ. They've forced them on the eco, and they look to put themselves in the driver's seat. Starting to build up that money as well now.
They call that strat the cement mixer.
Why's that?
Because it just concretes that round. It's just so stiff, so stuck, mixed beautifully with the powder. I don't know how cement works. I'm not a, you know.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, INTZ are going to need to harden up a little bit if they want to move past that one. Let's see if they're able to do so. So they're going to take a tactical timeout. Still a couple timeouts left here for both teams.
So back to 12 each. Look at this. G2 slogging it back. Decent money in the bank now. We are going to see Smiths have to invest into some form of weaponry. He doesn't have to if he doesn't want to, but that would be a throw. And hopefully he goes. There you are.
And look at G2. Look at them go. They're doing it without Kenny with a huge performance on Dust2. I don't think I'd ever say that.
And Body's got the AWP, so he's got the spawn for long.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he's able to get the pick here. Oh, he's miles ahead of the game. Look at this. Spotting the cross and expecting an extra flash to come out.
He heard the bounce and moved behind the door there, so
yep.
Good positioning from him. I'd like to see somebody lead from 4KNG here. Zan will do so. Wide swing. There it is. That's a great trade there from KNG.
Good trade, and he will fall back to side accordingly. No man Man, disadvantage actually. G2. Oh, but the off angle just shocks him. Not expecting that one at all.
Look at the push here from Cello into the doors as well. He's actually got a kit on his person. Horvy's got the deagle as well. Can't take that one for granted. G2 going to react to this one. Existence going to be in T-spawn while the other two lads move their way up catwalk. We'll see if Horvy can get himself in a good position on this A-bomb site.
Oh, but they're aware. Look at this. Kenny, he's just so ready, but he's going to get his head ripped off. Existence going for the long-range trade, but the bomb was down, and that's all the information that INTZ need. So they know exactly where the two remaining T's are. And Horvy here on site.
The deagle.
Yeah, he's isolating the angles. This is the man that won the 1v5 with the deagles, so let's not write him off yet.
Look, all I'm saying is 2 headshots, arguably easier than 5 headshots.
Yep, you're not wrong, mate. Although Existence, I think he spotted the man on site. The jiggle peak coming out. But now Horvy's going to have to make a play. Can't connect. Existence shuts him down. Now coming up short. KNG just couldn't find the bullets either.
But that's the damage again. Three kills there. It's going to chip their economy a little bit more. Kenny's gone onto the AWP now. They're still doing okay for money for a little bit longer. Probably going to have to be 2 or 3 in a row for INTZ to really endanger G2's economy.
Yep.
But 2 or 3 in a row put them very, very close to match point there.
But that's it. They're playing the long game, but there's not much game left.
There's not much game left. Well, you know, they don't have any room for error because G2 is looking at resetting them. They've all got $0 in the bank. Very high pressure round, and using a double Molotov at being 5 seconds in. That Molotov on Cat, though, is going to punish Existence.
Yep, and Body wanting to go through it as well. He's actually going to come out on top. Trading that Cello eventually there. Shox looking for more damage here at mid. KNG, though, holding with the AWP.
So many shots missed in this round so far. You can see the pressure really getting to everyone. It's been a long series. We're in the 3rd map on the home stretch here.
Oh, and that nade tagging KNG down to 1 HP. Pilly. It couldn't be closer, and he's posting as well, looking for more. I think Kenny took a little bit of damage on the leg there. 94 HP remaining on him.
Oh, it was a double AWP the whole time, Mac. Horvy's on the site with the AWP. Can he get it done?
Holding the angle. The smoke is going to break the vision. But there we are, Body. He's been spotted coming back towards short here. Phelps, he's so focused on that angle that he forgets to check his corner. Shox will bring it back to a man advantage for G2, but here's the angle. Horvy can't connect. He had the opportunity, but he's just missed it. Now there might be a run boost coming out here. Is Horvy going to be ready for it? Spotting the toes, expecting a jiggle. But up on the angle, he is going to go down. Body! The AWP connects, and now on the 2v2 essentially. Shox on 2 HP, KNG on 1 HP, 1 CT on either site, and G2, they are repositioning. 20 seconds remaining. The bomb's going all the way to long here. Is Shox going to be able to kill the A player? Horvy pre-scoped, coming up short. He gets the angle, but Shox finds the headshot.
Can he have time to get... Yeah, he has time.
He
but
just has
KNG's
time.
not on the angle. Oh.
No, too slow there on the rotation. Almost missing.
Shox has fallen to his death from Cat.
What? Where? Oh my god. I've had my hand on my forehead.
KNG's going to long. He could potentially catch Kenny off guard.
But Kenny, he's got the right idea. He's figured out the time. And there goes KNG. There goes the round, and the 14th goes in the bag for G2.
Oh, what? That's just a roller coaster. It comes down to a 1v1 again.
How's your heart?
I can't take this.
Oh, it's beating very fast. So Pilly's heart, he's about to have a heart attack.
INTZ have to half.
He's losing it. He's losing it over here. Someone help me out. Call 000, send over an ambulance. This man needs a...
What's the emergency number in Denmark?
Defibrillator.
Can't do it.
Something's going on here. I don't know. I wasn't following. I had my hand on my head and I didn't see the Smiths kill himself. That was
shocks, yeah.
I was just so into whatever was going on that I've missed whatever was going on. You know what I mean? It's just heartstrings tearing everywhere. Anyway, what has INTZ got for us to deny G2?
Look, it's not going to be anything to deny G2 in this round unless it's going to be some kind of heroics. The approach here is half buy, give yourself a decent chance at winning this round. If it happens, then fantastic. You're straight back into it. You've sort of cheated your way into the game. But if you're talking about the long-term sort of plan, it's do damage. And, I mean, look at the economy on G2. These rounds have been so close. Starting to really suffer a little bit. Next round, you can potentially start to chip even more. and get a little bit of a comeback train, potentially break them closer to OT point.
Ugh.
These 2 picks for G2 again, so solid, taking the long control. Shox punishing the upper push as well. Beautiful stuff from G2. All the I's dotted, T's crossed, 5 alive. That's really going to put INTZ's hopes of damaging the economy anymore. Oh, never mind. I was going to say put it to rest. KNG's just put Smiths to rest.
Oh, almost finding some more damage there as well. KNG feeling sharp, expecting the lurker, but he won't hard clear. And Shoxy finds himself a 3K here on the 27th round, going into the 28th. G2 finally taking it to match point here. Now, this has been a game of endurance here tonight. INTZ just back and forth, trying to do as much as they can, but it seems like right at the end, the petrol has finished. You know, tank's gone to empty.
Well, on empty is what we're going to run, and, you know, got a pretty powerful engine despite no fuel in the tank because they got the double orb straight into it. Getting legged is Cello though. Oh, the repeat from KNG on top of the molly. Down goes Kenny. Man down for G2. See if Body's able to open up anything to mid in the man disadvantage or what the approach is going to be from G2. So far it's pace. They're not really committing to anything quickly here. Existence setting people up, smoke towards the corner and flash over the top. He's set the lads up to take that long control Molotov as well. So potential for them to just be able to resolve this round towards A. They've used both smokes on the cross. Buddy tried to open things up in mid over towards KNG on that window, but he's not able to do so. Now only 3 left for G2. They've got long, but they ain't got anything else, Mac.
Yeah, but KNG, you know, he's gone everywhere. He was over at long, got that pick. Over at mid, got that pick. Now looking for another over at long. Repositioning, keeping G2 guessing, sorry. So 2 Molotovs, a flash, a double flash, and a nade remaining for G2. Are they going to be able to crack open the site? There is a smoke, nade, and 2 flashes for INTZ. But they have 2 players more than what G2 have. Cello and KNG both quite low, and Shox trying to play the angle here. But KNG was ready. Horvey as well, finding existence. Now the bomb is down, and so is Smiths. And there's a 13th for INTZ, just keeping that dream alive. You know, Caster's curse. I thought it was all over.
No.
But KNG just popping off when it was needed most. 28 for 16. This man is pumping it.
100%. At least in this map in particular, you'd expect Kenny S to super power up, but really, it's all been KNG, hasn't it, on the AWP. It's got something to prove. He really is doing so. Can he actually drop an AK? Did he drop it to someone, or was it in spawn? KNG with the leg onto Smiths as G2 takes the long control.
I'm not
What's
too
the reaction?
sure.
What's the reaction from INTZ, though? That's my question. So far, nothing. They've given up long. They haven't taken Cat. There's another leg. Does this guy miss?
Not today, but
The only thing between him and killing people is walls and or hitboxes. Does it hit leg or does it hit chest? Because it's not missing.
something's going on. Anyway, G2, they've got this long control. They're essentially 4 alive right now. You know,
Making their way up the wall.
and this could be the play, changing up the pace as well, sneaking their way through. The booster's coming out, but KNG going to get his head ripped off, and now the A site's here. And there has to be 2 CTs coming from elevator. We are going to see Cello getting the trade onto body. But Phelps as well finding Smiths. The bomb is down on site and will be planted momentarily. Horvey wanting to underarm that nade, but he will just wait for his teammates to rotate in. Doesn't want to give up his position for the moment. Molotov coming out won't force Horvey out, but it will slow down the rotation.
Man advantage for the CTs, but they're all coming in for the same angle. Only now just changing it up as Zan makes his way up cap, but he's taking his sweet time, and that might be too late. Flash comes out, though.
And the push is coming in. Shox watching for so much information. He's going to be taken down, though. Cello finding 2, but the trade comes out from Kenny. Now Kenny last alive in the 1v2. The bomb is down. It's planted safe as well. He's going for the wall bangs, but he's not going to be able to do enough damage. Finding one of the Phelps, has to try to find the headshot. Gets the wall bang, but he won't pick up the frag. And it's pick up a 14th round, keeping their dream alive. Last round of regulation. Is INTZ going to be able to take it to overtime? This game has been ridiculous.
And in the last round, they're able to close it out so comfortably with so many players alive that they're not really struggling for the money as much, despite that coming down into a one-on-one for INTZ. Same thing for G2, and could this game get any more exciting? It's not one of those situations where at the 15-14 we've seen one of these teams broken economically speaking. It's going to be a proper gun round.
It couldn't be better. Couldn't be more exciting. Look, if Kenny finished that with a headshot through the box, that would have...
It hasn't been his game.
That
would be the redeeming factor.
He got 3 tags, though. He tagged him 3 times. It's just through the box.
What can you do?
Not on the head. There's not that much damage. What if G2 actually planted for plat? That would have been the round done and dusted.
They couldn't in that scenario. They had no control of elevator. Could have got cook lead. Anyway.
Yeah.
Heading into this round, oh my god, G2, they're changing things up completely. Is Cello ready for this fast play towards mid? It seems that he is. There's one for him. He dinks existence as well.
So there we are, 1-for-1 trade, but it seems like INTZ definitely on top in the scenario. Horvey going straight through the smoke here, but Zand wrapping around at just the right time. Phelps the one to pick it up. Zand and Phelps, the dream team on the B side, and it looks like we are going to overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Existence with only 10 HP in a 1v4. A minute and 20 remaining, but there goes the hope, there goes the dreams, and what do you know, a bit more Dust2 for you. You thought it was close enough, but it couldn't be closer.
Straight into overtime. INTZ make it 3 in a row. They do it the hard way as well. G2, they come back and they really build up their money. They're able to buy all the way into the end of the half, but it doesn't matter. INTZ, they make it work. They win every gun round back to back. K&G, does this guy miss a shot? I don't think that.
Yeah, I definitely don't think so at the moment. And look, G2, they did try to change it up. They went B instead of going A, which we haven't seen for a fair few rounds.
Yeah, but Cello looks so aware of it, not to mention the fact that Phelps is already posted in the back of the site and Zand is chilling. Like, they're completely set up for that.
Yeah.
Previously, you know, G2's put so much pressure on Long and Cat, especially towards Long. But that round, INTZ was ready. They had so many players. They had one guy on the A side of the map. The rotations were so crisp.
Well, here we are, talking about, you know, CT strats. INTZ all the way stacked at Long. Essentially 4 men there. One about to start on the rotate back to B. But G2, it's weird that they haven't switched onto this earlier. You know, this would be the round you go B. Huh?
G2's got the double AWP in this round, so clearly a different. You know who doesn't have the double AWP? It's 16k, they don't buy one. This time though, G2.
I feel like Horvey wasn't doing a huge amount of damage with the AWP though, so it might have been an investment that wouldn't pay off.
Maybe. Anyway, G2's grabbed control of Catwalk. See if they can get control of Long as well, but they're going to have to deal with your boy Horvey. You were just talking about him. Not as much impact on the AWP, not as much impact on the rifle either. Existence deletes him.
And there you go, Zand. We'll find one frag back towards Smiths there. And we are back to the 4v4. Body still lurking at mid. Cello, he is in CT, and K&G will be solo on the B side. But the bomb is still forcing its way slowly but surely up short.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for INTZ to deal with this one. They're stuck between a rock and the hard place. They don't have control of Cat or Long. They're getting choked out.
But straight through the eye of the needle, the 2K spray down from Body. That might just be what G2 need to start off this T side.
Another 1B from Existence.
Just huge plays. Huge frags coming out essentially. And K&G might just want to save the AWP here.
Nah, 16k. Don't think so.
Oh, Kenny getting his head pretty much bitten off there by the boom boom stick. The big snake in the hands of K&G. And he is probably going to be shut down now. Shot baited from Body and Shocks on the AWP there. We'll get the AWP out of the hands of K&G. But G2 taking that lead finally. Well, not finally. INTZ came back. I'm all over the place, as is this game. G2 in the lead, 16-15. And INTZ, let's see if they can hold in the second round of OT.
Still on the singular AWP. Dak being purchased up by 2 of your G2 boys. How much damage are they going to get on the cross here? This is one of the downsides of 16k OT. You're seeing the problem. I mean, Zan's lost a lot of his HP. Phelps has been tagged by one of the Dak. I think Zan got legged by Kenny on the cross, so fair play. Had nothing to do with the Daks, but it's one of the arguments against against 16k in overtime, especially on a map like Dust2 where you can do something like that. They're going to go for the long control though. No team's contesting it. Someone goes out. Cello just deleted. G2 been so good.
The timing just not favouring Cello at all, but Horvey here to hold. He's got half a clip left. What's he going to be able to do? Not a lot. Existence on the trade, and K&G will find Body there towards the lowers. So in the 3v3, KNG might be able to make his way to Gandalf just in time. Not sure if he has been spotted. The jiggle came out, and Kenny S takes KNG down, but here comes the boost, and the bomb is going to be planted, but there is no cover. It just gets planted. Existence going to be spotted out at car, but the bomb is planted safe once again. There goes Existence. Now it's all up to Shoxy, and Phelps is going to be getting on the bomb. He's already down to 35 HP, but Shoxy's got to make a play, and that is going to be the round going to INTZ. He's got a gun out of the hand. Both the guns make it. But there you go. So plenty of money for INTZ to buy up into the final round of the first half of OT, but G2, not sure what went on there or why the bomb was planted so safe.
G2 really need this next T-side round. Their T-side was a lot stronger than their CT, you have to say. And if INTZ is able to make it 2-for-1 on their CT side, and then they head over to their T side, in which they had so much momentum, they did so well to start off this game, then it's going to be pretty difficult for G2, because on their CT side they really struggled. You have to say though, they struggled economically speaking, so maybe when they have potential to be able to go into that double or potentially be able to get Smiths on the DAC towards B side like we've seen him do previously, then maybe things might be a little different.
We do see that G2 has taken this long control, leaving Shox there for the moment and repositioning, potentially looking to take short as well, or even just change it up and go towards B with a lurker on A. But here comes the flash. Kenny going to be shut down. Smiths at low is taken out by Cello as well, and there's the bomb in the hands of INTZ. Now in the 3v5, INTZ will potentially reposition to try to hold this one a little bit more effectively. Body throwing the lurk smoke, but he will clear close. But Zan feeling it too sharp there with the M4A4. Now it's all up to Existence and Shox in the final round of the first half of overtime to try to retrieve the bomb and try to make it to whatever site. And there you go, beautiful flash on Cello to go for the peak. He's found one more. And KNG shutting out the first half of OT, taking Shox down as INTZ lead it, and you reckon they're going to take the game now?
Oh, this is going to be dangerous stuff for G2. You saw how shaky they were on their CT side in regulation. G2 straight onto the double orb though. Smith doesn't even think about it. He's straight into it. We'll have to see how it works out for them. I mean, you have to say G2 ran into a lot of economical problems on their CT side in the regulation, so maybe INTZ won't be able to deal with some of the plays that G2 are able to do once they have the money on the board, because they probably haven't even seen most of them yet. Long control is given to INTZ though, G2 giving it up, but they're a bit out of position, and Phelps gets a lot of damage but no kills. Only landing one shot on each of the players, but are they going to take Cat now on the side of G2? They've lost long control. They need to take something back in exchange.
I want to point out, did you see the nerve of Phelps? Knife out of bedroom, straight to pit.
I think as long as you have well staggered flashes, then that's something that you see more and more nowadays.
I guess so.
It's something North sort of popularized to start off with when they had that crazy game against Astralis. Anyway, bit of a tangent.
Damage done. Phelps down to 12 HP, but Kenny holding here close on side. Gets the angle, shooting Phelps in the shoulder, finishing him off, and Body goes straight through the smoke as well. Horvey falls. There is another flash. Body once again trying to make a play through a smoke. We've seen him do that a lot tonight, but it didn't work out for him this time. Could have found himself a second. Zan trying to get all the damage done, but Kenny and Smith just holding so strong there with the double orb setup. And now G2 will find that first round in the second half of OT number 1. Not sure if we are going to go to a second overtime here. But G2, they're looking good. And INTZ, let's see if they can pull it back.
See, indeed. Phelps seems to have slowed down quite a little bit since the start of this game. Had a really strong start on the T side initially. Would need to see him step up a little bit more on the T side again, because he had great run in regulation. Shox in middle. Usually saw him towards long, I feel like, in regulation. In middle, he's doing a lot of damage there.
Look at those flashes as well, just allowing him to get out. Body, though, ready. Playing close to CT.
They're just going to hit it with a mid to B in the 4-on-5. Good decision, I feel like, from INTZ. But will it be able to work out for them? They're going to have to contest Existence in tandem with Shox. Shox has got a Molotov. He actually drops it right there and then. So no more utility on this B bomb site for the counter-terrorists.
Is KNG going to find the angle here? Body. He's in the corner at CT. pre-scoped. KNG just trying to play off any over-aggression, but Shock's holding the ramp, timing favouring body yet again. Molotov coming out towards tunnels. And the T's, they are going to, reroute their trip. Kenny with the AK finds one, but it is going to be traded out. Now Horvey last alive. They know exactly where he is. 40 seconds remaining. It's looking rough for INTZ here as G2 is shaping up to find an 18th round. Horvey now jiggling, but there's an AK here, and all the information. No noggins left for INTZ as G2 now take that lead, 18-17, match point.
So there you go. Maybe the whole problem with the CT side there for G2 was just that they never got the money rolling for themselves. Now that they've had it, they seem so damn solid. I mean, they haven't lost one so far in this half. They're going to have to if INTZ are going to be able to keep this game going. Otherwise, it's just going to go towards G2. Horvey's actually got the AWP holding on to middle. Rest of the T's going straight into B. They're going to have to contest existence. Smith's nowhere even close to be able to rotate, and out they come.
Oh. Flashes of plenty. Existence stuck at the back of side. He is going to be taken down, sorry. Body watching the cross. Smoke comes out eventually. Good discipline shown by INTZ, but Horvey here shutting down the flank. Shocks goes down. Now Kenny S and Body last two alive. They're not going to go together. They are going to split up. Kenny with the AWP going into tunnels, and he's going to be shut down by Horvey as well. Through the doors, Zan finds Body, and we are going to overtime number 2.
Talk about balls. 18-17. Elimination point. What do you do with
B.
full util?
Rush B. Of course. Back to basics.
And that's just a classic KNG move right there. He gives the AWP to Horvey and he goes, I'm not sitting in T-spawn the rest of this round and just holding doors. I'm getting in there. I'm getting this done.
Be there or be square, right?
That's the kind of player he is, though.
Fragger.
It's not, yeah, he's he's winning. He's a winner.
Confidence player, all the confidence in the world, and it shone through in that round, keeping the dream alive. It's do or die, and it definitely looks like it as we are in OT2, about to go live with the first half.
Singular AWP for G2.
Oh yeah, singular AWP for both teams.
Interesting considering how much success they had with the Double. See if they do take long control here.
Whoa.
KNG again. The shot through the wall. A lot of damage down onto Kenny S.
He doesn't miss. You're so right.
G2 piecing it. They're going to go try to take cat control potentially here. Long control given to INTZ, but INTZ don't have a whole lot of anything else. They're going to try to take some cat control now. G2 don't have any control of it themselves. Playing a bit of bait and switch setup here. Kenny S, he is actually sitting on the railing, but there's the Molotov for Phelps to stop any pushes for G2. He's posted on the angle, he gets flashed, but they're not going to be ready for Shocks, and there's the flash.
Oh,
beautiful setup there from G2.
Shoxy almost with the spray transfer. Looking for a bit more damage. Body going to be spotted and almost sprayed down, but he will get the headshot onto Horvey and somehow survive as he falls back to sight, but not for long. KNG here with the AWP. Getting the trade. Kenny S though. Orpa v Orpa here at long. Shocks in the smoke. Look at this play. 3 HP. He's so low. Just trying to stay alive now. The bomb is going to be planted safe, but I dare say he might not get this planted, although it's gone down to short. Zan finding Smiths through the smoke there, and Shocks the timing, favouring him. 3 HP remaining, so Zan could get the trade quite easily here. Existence coming in from long, but Zan playing behind the sandbags, the hay bags, whatever these bags are. They're bags of goodness, as they kept him alive for a little bit longer, but Shoxy finds the headshot eventually as G2 pick up the 19th round and look to make it 20. This match is just...
I like that. I was about to say,
crazy.
Why keep the AWP? You've got 16k. Get another 1B. Grab yourself another AK, my friends. They do it indeed.
Oh.
Shocks kills himself again. Fair enough. You know what? I have to say, Shocks, at least you're consistent. That's 2 rounds from 2 where he's jumped off the ledge and let himself die, but they've won both of them.
Did he not think?
Let's see him do it again, and let's see if G2 takes another round, Mac.
They could have had an AK. Shoxy, what have you done? What have you done?
He's taken a bit of a tumble. Look,
That's
he's
all
still
right.
recovering from his wrist surgery. Give him a break, Mac.
Fair enough.
It's a long recovery process. Your legs don't work so good when your wrist isn't working.
Yeah, he couldn't grab the ledge, I understand. All right, now, looks like G2, they've given up this long control. Cello in the pit already. Horvey with him, but it's just spread out all over the map. Looking to punish any aggression, but G2, here we are, taking short, slowly but surely. Contact play.
Yeah, It's a difference from G2. Last time they were happy with that bait setup, happy to chill around site and just keep fighting Cat. This time, they've taken control of Cat. Interesting setup from INTZ. I mean, they might have long. They're very passive. They're really expecting this push to come out from G2, and it is. This is potential for this to be punished here. Phelps, he is very deep T. He's very sure that this is happening, and he is correct. Oh my god, he's run away though. Body's heard the footsteps.
Oh.
Look at the rotation from Kenny.
Yep, that's the information, but there's
Phelps
the
doesn't
bomb.
know where he's going. Oh my god, what is that?
He's done it. He's somehow done it. Hit him with the one tap, hit him with the BM, and now there is only one man remaining here on A. Smoke's come out. The side is theirs, but the bomb still needs to make its way down long, and that allows time for the CTs to make the rotation. 40 seconds remaining. Existence going straight through the smoke, looking the wrong direction. Eventually going to find Horby there, but the trade comes out from Phelps, and Shocks takes down Cello in the smoke. Now it's down to a 3v3. 30 seconds remaining. Kenny S still alive on site. The bomb is still going to reroute. Yeah. He's holding his nerve at long at the moment, hoping that his teammates can do something. Zand lurking out mid. Smith, peeking long. Phelps goes down. There's the bomb, but KNG, he's whiffed, and that is the first time he's whiffed tonight, and it is the wrong situation to do it. 20 rounds now for G2, and INTZ just can't get another on the board. They have one more opportunity here on the T side, but the momentum, it's just in G2's favour at the moment.
G2's been so good on the CT side. In regulation, there was nothing for them. It's just complete control of the T side, complete control of the economy. Once G2 gets some money going, they're balling out of control, Mac.
They just had to stretch. They just had to warm up, you know. Get the fluids running in the muscles. KNG not going for the pot shot this time. Teammate running down mid. Phelps so aggressive, so confident. Is he going to suffer a fate of peeking mid? He definitely is. Shoxy ready. Barely moves the muscle, looking for some more. Cello going to take some damage through the wall, and he gets his head ripped off as well. But the trade eventually coming out from KNG. The AWP here doing work. 4v3, and it looks like Smith's really wanted to get aggressive there towards tunnel. Zand with 87 HP. It's going to be smoked off for the time being. Had the lurk smoke, but two CT players here, and the aggression from Body as well at the top of mid. Going to spot the bomb and drop that one down. And now this is looking good for G2. Placement on the nade, actually going to bounce off the wall, so hasn't done any extra damage. Zand goes through the smoke, shut down by Existence. Horby in a 1v3. He's got the bomb. He's got a dream, and I think he's been heard running through tunnels. Definitely hasn't. His Body's still in T-spawn. He had Existent hitting the shots he needs to. Here's match point. INTZ is going to have to win all 3 CT rounds to keep the dream alive.
So much pressure for INTZ to be able to deal with. They're just going to have to take it one round at a time and hope for the best. But G2 is the kind of situation where what's the philosophy of Existence at this point when you up so many match points? I think just go for a bit of a Hail Mary at least one of these rounds. Double AWP is going to be the call. Smith is going to take one towards longs. Kenny's just running down mid. So definitely, that's a beautiful shot. That's something we'd see Oscar do. And the other AWP shot connects as well. KNG's down. The huge fragger on the side of INTZ. They've lost a lot of health on Phelps as well. The pressure is immense at this point. This is tournament point on the line. Elimination point. And INTZ, they've lost everything. They've got no control of the map. Someone's got to do something, lads. Come on.
The CTs, they've got to make a play, but G2 know it. Look at this, just patience of anything. Shoxy in the smoke, dropping a couple of underarm flashes there, not crossing back over just yet, though. So INTZ will respect him and leave him there in the smoke. No play so far. Phelps gets the headshot. Cello, though, makes a play. Can't quite get the frag. He's done so much damage, though. Smith's with the AWP on Car, and Zand knows. But here's the angle. Kenny somehow survives. It's Zand and Phelps, last two alive. There's the headshot, bringing it back to the 3v1. Phelps, 8 HP and a dream. I think it's all over. Red Rover, folks. That'll be that. 22-18. G2 keeping the dream alive. Unfortunately for INTZ, they are out of the tournament. But what a game that was. What a way to send INTZ off.
Can't believe G2 came away with that. So much resilience. French actually don't ever surrender, and they fought right till the end. They came away with that one in the second overtime, and it was just an unbelievable game, back and forth. I thought you know, I knew G2 had a pretty good chance of coming away with it, but with the intensity and the momentum and the momentum that INTZ were bringing into that one on the T side, they got themselves on a roll, and I really thought that they had that one, but unfortunately, really slowing down there towards the end. Although they were able to get themselves into overtime, it felt like once G2 had money on that CT side, it was like INTZ were facing a whole different beast, you know? They were facing that CT side in regulation where G2 had no money. They didn't really, like, experience the full force of G2 with, you know, double orbs, with all the utility, the counter flashes, the Molotovs, to be able to make different plays.
Yeah, that's essentially what it came down to at the end of the day. Obviously, there was lots of skill shown by both teams. Literally the biggest slugfest I've seen in a while.
Yep.
It was just back and forth, double overtime extravaganza, and it couldn't have gone much longer than that. Like, G2 eventually just having the endurance to close it out right at the end of the day.
You really have to say, though, like, that's an opportunity very much thrown away for a team like INTZ, who, you know, it's great in one of their first events to see them have, like, such a good running against a team like G2, but, you know, how many times on Dust2 is Kenny going to have a performance like that? Like, that's just an opportunity miss, you know. If he was, you know, playing to his normal standard, playing a really good game for himself on the AWP, I don't think INTZ would have had much of a chance in that game. He has a little bit of a lackluster performance and they're still not able to close out the game. That's a bit of an opportunity miss, especially when KNG has a big game for himself for him. But growing pains for INTZ, they don't have much experience playing on this kind of a stage as a lineup together, and they're probably still working out the kinks a little bit. But you have to say, pretty admirable performance for them up against the veterans of G2. And good stuff. Here is, looks like the results for today on both the A and the B stream. Saw some pretty one-sided ones in the best of ones there to start things off, except for Order, which they almost took it over Na'Vi. I mean, they had a 10-for-1 lead at one point in that game, but couldn't close things out. As for the best of three, slightly more interesting.
Oh, look at that one. NRG taking North down 16-13 as well.
I don't think that's too surprising. I'd say NRG is probably as good as North. They're pretty evenly matched.
No,
maybe a little better.
Nice and close. It's good to see the American talent, you know.
Yeah.
And NRG a year ago weren't super great, but seeing how far that they've come.
They made moves. They invested in the right players, and they spent their time developing them, and it's paid off for them. So that's always great to see. I'd say it's probably going to have to be doing a similar thing with you know, Zan, Cello, Horvey. Maybe some more time for development for those lads. Obviously, KNG had a pretty big series for himself, but wasn't able to put it over the line. Some hard lessons learnt, and unfortunately, that's the way that the cookie crumbles. You know, there has to be a winner and a loser. Feels up to me. Everyone would win. I have too many favourite players.
They're so kind.
Yeah.
You know, if it was up to us, everyone's a winner. All right, everyone's a winner.
Everyone is a winner. That was a great game of Counter-Strike. So I feel like I'm a winner.
Very entertaining. I feel very entertained. You know, it's been a long night, and we've had a great time. I think that you know, it's gonna be a good night tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I mean, plenty more games coming up. That's only just the first day. You know, we got plenty of days more of action, you know, plenty more games to go. So if you want to catch more action, I believe the next stream is going to be the day 2 of groups. That's going to be 11:30 AM CET. If you want to come back and tune in for more great games of Counter-Strike at ESL Pro League Season 8 Finals, that's where you'd catch it. Until then, it's been a pleasure casting with you, Mac, and we'll see you next time.
They say it is about the journey and not the destination. That is true for those who don't know where they're going. That is true for those who don't know what they want to achieve. Is it about the journey? That depends on the destination.
Intel technology powers the best of